Hello, everybody. This is Victor Santana at StockHunters.com for Tuesday, October 11th. And here we're looking at the S&P daily chart going back 3 months here. And we had a small up day, just ever so slightly at a 0.10%. And looking at their trend lines here, you can see we got this trend line that is coming up right here, and another trend line that was coming down this way here, intersecting here, and we are now banging our heads up in these two trend lines here where they're intersecting. This is going to be a very pivotal um, time here to see if we're actually going to break above it or pull back. Now we're looking at the RSI down here, and as you can see, we are oversold and the starting to trade flat right up here, while this moving average is now catching up to crossover here. So we're going to see if we're going to get a crossover anytime soon, similar to this crossover over here or over here, which then played out some down moves afterwards. So we're going to have to wait and watch this very patiently. Looking at the MACD here, we are above the zero line, which is good. Moving upward, and we do have the green bars. Do note that the green bars are now starting to turn smaller, meaning the momentum is now weakening. Another thing to note is, which is not being shown here, is the volume. Volume is very low, so it's not always a good thing to see low volume while the prices continue to head up, meaning that there's not too much support. So we'll have to watch this. We could get a head fake out, and then a pull back. That's always possible. So we'll just play it one day at a time. But right now, we look like we might have more downside than upside. Let's go ahead and look at NASDAQ, which is the strongest of all the indices here. It is actually now on its second day trading above the 100-day moving average here, represented by the red line. We do still have this trend line coming all the way back from over here. There may be a possibility it can go up to here, touch it before getting a pullback to maybe down around here. Looking at the RSI, we are on the oversold side of things, above the 70 range here, and the moving average within the RSI is now starting to catch up as well. Looking at the MACD, we are above the zero line, which is good. The little green bars here, the histogram, is turning to be slightly smaller now as each day. So momentum is now reducing. So we're going to see if the MACD can hold above the zero line the next few days, or it's just going to roll over and head back down. Yeah, we haven't had that in a long time. The last time it broke above the zero line was right over here, as you can see, and it just traded up around above the zero line, which shows you that from here to about here, it has traded up higher during the sideways action here. So we'll have to see how we go down on this side here. Now let's go ahead and look at the Dow. The Dow was the only indice that was negative 0.18% very so slightly, and as you could see, it is also trading up in the upper end of things. Let me go ahead and put this trend line here to extend it further out so we can get a clearer picture, and we may be able to bounce our heads right up on this trend line here. It's a possibility, but we'll have to watch and wait. We are above this trend line here, which is a good thing, and RSI is oversold, do note that this is now starting to point downward, and the 5-day moving average within the RSI is now getting ready to cross over. So Dow may be crossing down sooner than all the others. It's a possibility. MACD is above the zero line. Momentum is now being reduced based on these little green bars here. So we'll just have to watch and wait. Wouldn't consider putting any new positions to go along at this point. Let's go ahead and take a look at the globals. The globals, as far as the trend line, appears to be doing quite well. Hasn't reached the 100-day like the Nasdaq, but it has surpassed it, and now starting to consolidate on its second day. We'll see if it will continue consolidating or it will break down, and target price would be down right in here in the 53.75 area. RSI is also looks like it's now starting to curve or point downward, while the moving average is racing up to crisscross here, intersect. MACD is above the zero line, which is good, and the histograms are still green, but they are getting smaller as each day goes by. So overall, the whole market looks like it wants to break out, but it is all overextended. So we'll have to watch and wait. Now did I do the Russells here? Probably not. So the Russells here, the small caps, we got this trend line here, and is now meeting resistance along with this 50-day moving average here, the green line. So there's going to be a lot of resistance up in this area. It is now just catching up on the RSI to the 70 line. Actually, it's at 69.08, almost 70, close enough, and may pull down. We'll have to watch and see. MACD is also above the zero line, and the little momentum bars, the green ones here, are now becoming smaller. Alrighty, so we'll have to keep an eye on this. Again, on all of these, at this point, let's just watch to see if we do get a strong breakout on higher volume or a pullback. Let's go ahead and take a look at our trades that we got in play. I'm going to go through these very quickly here. Looking at Baidu, we had an entry price here for a bounce, but based on this movement here that we're getting, we're going to go ahead and remove this from our list. So no more Baidu for now. Costco here is lost 0.4% here, and looks a little on the weak side. Hasn't continued higher where we want it to go, and it hasn't broken down, so it's still in no man's land. Looking at the RSI, it is now pointing downward near the 50.8, so it's pretty much neutral, and the MACD is on its second day pointing upward on these little green bars. So we'll just have to watch and see if we get that strong up day tomorrow. This may then break above this trend line here, but we'll just watch and wait and just keep our exits here prepared. Shorting the gold 2 times, DZZ here, pretty much very flat little doji on the bottom side of here. RSI is slowly coming on the down area here on the 30. May not reach all the way down. If the gold continues to fall, this may now continue to go up higher. It is now, MACD is now under the zero line, and these little red bars here, the momentum, are now starting to shrink, meaning that the momentum for this might be getting ready to build to the upside. ERX, here's the position we had. We went ahead and go ahead and close it based on today. It's getting out with a 10% gain on here, so we'll put this in our pockets and move on to the next one, which is the opposite, ERY. This is also ETF or energy bear 3 times leveraged. So if the energy falls, this will continue up. So we went ahead and put a starting position right down here. If you look at the RSI, it is now has the setup. It's oversold, and the MACD, the bars are getting smaller. So in anticipation here, we went ahead and put the first starting position, and we'll wait for a confirmation where we'll get a green bar to consider putting a second position. Going to FAZ, which is the inverse of the financials 3 times. We went ahead and put another position right down here, and that was yesterday actually. So we got 2 positions here. Hasn't completely gotten all the way to this oversold area, but depending on how the markets, if the markets becomes weak, this may just continue on the upside this way. MACD is now under the 0 line. The momentum is now shifting slightly to the upside to get the green bars. Right now we're still red, so we'll watch. As far as our exit, just put an exit somewhere maybe below this line down here around the 5170 area. So we'll just watch. JJC, the copper, we're going to go ahead and remove this from our watch list. It's been way too long, and this trade, this setup is now going to be removed. The only short position we have, LVS, Las Vegas. We got in right at here. We did continue to go up higher, another 0.4%. Did not trigger our exits here to get out, so we're going to continue holding on this. If the market does get weak tomorrow, we could see this continue down. Looking at the RSI, it is oversold. MACD, the green bars are now starting to get smaller. Netflix, we're going to go ahead and remove this from our list as well. It's just the markets fall tomorrow, this may be just cut right through here and not get the bounce as we expected originally. The new play, QID, which is the inverse of the NASDAQ here. We entered right near the end of the day. We are way oversold, expecting this to hopefully turn upward. MACD is below the 0 line with the bars red, so we're going to expect it to turn green any day soon. We did put a small entry position in anticipation of this. Next one, SDS, ultra short S&P 500. We put a position right over here and continue down. Now we are on the oversold area, and the momentum starting to shift to the upside. SPXU, same thing. S&P short. This is just a triple leverage, while the SDS was a double. Same scenario. We have our exit here. RSI is oversold, and MACD we're looking for a positive shift to the green side. All right, TNA. I'm trying to think of this one here. Did we get yes, this one we're taking out because this was got sold, so we'll just be removing this. TZA, the opposite of TNA, which is the short of the small caps, basically the Russell's 2000. We put a small position yesterday, and today we put another position based on this RSI coming down below. MACD is under the zero line, and the momentum shifting up, hopefully to the green side, and get that move back up. Expected move could be around 47.90, 47.50 area. And finally, X, United States Steel. We're going to go ahead and remove this also from our watch list. We'll cancel this possible potential trade. And that's it. Hopefully things will work out. If not, we'll just get out of our inverse and reconsider and go long. So keep your eyes on the markets and put your stops in so the emotions will stay out. Until next time, take care.